determined, they were driven, they were outraged.
People are sick of the same exact thing. People are sick of lying.
And Olga was one of them. Typical Russian urban middle class, she too vowed to no longer be silent, to no longer be passive.
And now I know that change doesn't come naturally. If you don't do something yourself, it's never going to change.
But their fight for democracy soon proved to be an uphill battle.
I was very wrong. I was very mistaken about the people that live around me.
Olga's story is the story of Russia's civil awakening. Just like her friends, she never cared too much about politics. But it all changed last December, after the parliamentary elections.
A trigger was, for me, like for millions of other people, was the fact that the government and the elections committee, Central Elections Committee, just spat on everything that we did. You know, I got out of my house, I went to vote, and my personal vote was counted for another party. So that was very offensive.
That's when she decided to become a citizen observer, to monitor the upcoming presidential election and make sure the outcome of the vote really represents the people's will. She became a pro-democracy activist, opposed to Vladimir Putin's rule, determined to make a difference.
I was thinking about leaving the country before December 10th. After I saw the results of elections, my thoughts were, oh my God, 60% of the people are still voting for this party. This country is not a place for me to live. Then I went to the protest and I saw how many people are just like me, and that fact alone made me decide that I want to stay and I want to help.
She never missed a protest and made sure her friends came too. She started to fight day and night, sowing the seeds wherever she could.
Two types of stickers. This is our group sticker. This is what our group does. This says obey. This is a scary picture of Mr. Putin. The point of this is to make people look at him and just say, enough, I'm going to vote against you. I hope that what we're going to accomplish is that more people are going to get up and vote. Who they vote for really doesn't matter, as long as they vote and their votes get counted right. Голосуйте. I know it's very naive, but I want to believe.
Right now, my kid is 2.5. In 5 years, he's going to go to school. The way things are going in schools right now, I don't want him to go to a school in Russia anymore. So I want to change that. I'm not afraid. I'm more afraid to live in a country for the next 12 years where everything is going downhill the way it's going right now.
March 4, 2012, Election Day. Olga is sent to monitor the vote at her neighborhood's polling station. During December election, Putin's party got unusually good results here. Suspicions of fraud run high. Olga is on the lookout.
I realized that it's not going to be all nice and pretty and we're not going to be all friends.
Olga is very serious about her job, taking pictures and videos, posting her findings on the web.
This is completely illegal.
At the end of the day, some breach of procedure during vote counting, but no traces of fraud. Deterred by observers like her, she thinks. Small comfort in her opinion, given the outcome. More than 50% of Olga's neighbors still voted for Vladimir Putin. Official results on the national level gave him 64%. Even with possible fraud, still a convincing victory for the man who's already been ruling the country over the past 12 years. And a bitter defeat for those who opposed him.
Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin.
Olga and her friends gather anyway as planned on Pushkin Square the next day, along with thousands of Putin's opponents. Disappointment runs high, proportional to the hopes they once had. For them, this is not only a political defeat, rather the end of a dream.
I have lost all hope. I'm very depressed. I spent the morning crying, not because it was false elections or anything like that, but because I realized that I was fighting the wrong force, and what I'm really against is the people of this country, the real half of the people that vote for Putin, regardless of their reasons. And I can't fight those people, and I don't want to fight them.
For Olga, this is the end of the road, her last protest.
It's not dead, but it is dying down. I mean, there's only so much you can do on enthusiasm alone, especially if there's no real result that you can show for it. So that's why it's going to keep dying down. People are going to come back to their private lives.
A few weeks after the election, though, Olga's friends convinced her not to turn the page completely, not to give up on the ideal. So she decided to stay involved, but with her sights set on more modest immediate goals.
Small steps, I guess, is the only thing we can do now.
And on more distant long-term ones. Jean-Francois Belanger, CBC News, Moscow.